Hey there, Trailblazer. I thought I would come to you today and talk about something that just happened here at the studio. Outside, it's raining quite a lot today in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, and there was a group of kookaburras that were so bold and loud, and they were kicking up a storm. Like, they were literally like laughing their hearts out. It was amazing. It was awesome to hear. And you often hear in Australia, one maybe, but not usually a couple at a time. And this was just beautiful to listen to, particularly in amongst the rain. And I love getting these messages, particularly from birds. Like, birds remind me of my mum, who passed in 21. She absolutely adored birds. And every time I see particular birds, they remind me of my mum. And the kookaburras, not so much, because she never used to talk about kookaburras too much. But I love them because of their laugh. I love them because of the sound that they make. They're just beautiful, and they look like so beautiful. They just got such a lovely aesthetic to them in their structure and their wings and their patterning and everything. And I geek out on this stuff. This is one of my obsessions, as neurospicy as I am. I love symbolism and metaphor. It's probably one of my biggest things that I do. Look, I trained in Jungian psychology for many, many years as a psychologist, and I use it to this day in my brand and photography work. And a lot of people don't realise this side of my work. They think that I do these images for people, and that's what they come to me for. But what they don't realise is that we actually work through a whole stack of brand identity work to begin with, before we even pick up a camera. And sometimes we don't even end up picking up the camera because we just need to work through the identity work first. And so you might even be able to hear some of the birds outside. I can hear them through here as well. What I love about geeking out on symbolism is that it brings messages at exactly the right moment that you need them. And sometimes I don't listen. Sometimes I don't listen because I'm either worn thin, or I'm too busy, or I'm feeling pretty down about something. And so I don't hear the messages that come through. And then there are other times when I do. And this morning was one of those times. And I'd love to hear from you if you've ever had those kind of moments yourself. And if you are resonating with this at all today, then I thought I would share with you, what the kookaburra actually symbolises. Did you know that a group of kookaburras is actually known as a riot? I love that for them. It's like they are these fits of laughter, and it's them, causing a ruckus and causing a riot, a riot of joy, almost. So I love that about them. The other word is flock, but that's not as interesting. So I love that there was a riot of joy and laughter this morning coming at me through my ears. The other thing is, let me have a look at some of the other symbolism meanings. So, sign of positivity. I love that about this week. Thank you. Thank you to the universe. It tells you to laugh, shine, celebrate, and focus on the bright side of life. Yes, please. I think I also read somewhere that to let go of all past hurts. It's also around transformation and renewal, which I love the idea of that. And the totem of the kookaburra is all around being very outgoing and family focused. And really the other side of that is about being optimistic, humble, hardworking, team playing, and fast learners. And I wonder how you could relate this to your brand and your business right now. I know for myself, I can really relate to this in terms of I'm really working on really building up connection to my community. I actually had a really big community of clients and people who love what I do. Especially so before my mum passed away. And then when that happened, everything kind of disappeared. Not disappeared, but it's like I disconnected. And so I've been spending a lot more time over these last 6 months trying to reinitiate that. And it's hard when you stay disconnected for so long because you're in such grief to actually get yourself out of that, almost like, trying to snap yourself out of it. But it's kind of like the Kookaburra, isn't it? You almost like have to jolt yourself out of it like it is a riot of joy, a riot of laughter, a riot of just coming back to self and really just starting to see, what is actually around you and taking stock of that and appreciating that for what it is. And I wonder what you could do with your own business and your brand to bring more of that into your world today and for the next however long you need to do that for. So I love these messages. If it's not a Kookaburra, it'll be something else that comes up. Sometimes it's even just the rain, and the rain will have a message to it as well. I think for the Kookaburra, for me and for my audience, it's all about really taking stock of what you can find joy in around you at the moment, because the world is so heavy at the moment. And so how could you find some more wonder and awe and whimsy and weird and wonderfulness and wondrousness that you could actually bring into your world and into your business? Maybe it needs to come into your systems or your communications, or maybe it's how you approach your marketing, or maybe it's about how you actually start to filter through into your positioning of your business as a whole. Maybe that needs to really shift entirely. Maybe you've just gotten entirely way too serious. I know I've worked with a number of people recently who were really getting so tired of doing that, because quite frankly, business is way too serious a lot of the time, and we need to bring more energy and creativity into it, because that's where the joy comes. That's where, the fun comes, where business becomes fun rather than just wearing us thin constantly, right? And so if you're too busy, if you're too busy for things today, I want you to take stock. I want you to listen and just take notice and see if you can hear a murmur, a whisper, a chuckle, a riot, whatever it is that you can hear out there in the world, because there is something there. You just need to actually start to listen more.